Hello, welcome to the Health In Show, an affiliate program of Homeopathy World Community. You've come to the right place to tune in and participate with your comments and questions. Love is the greatest healer of all, but sometimes, in order to change our emotions, we must take action in other spheres of our lives. We speak with experts in alternative and complementary health fields and hope you will benefit in some small or great way. Remember, you are wherever your thoughts are. Make sure your thoughts are where you want to be.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Health In Show. The Health In Show is the prime show of Homeopathy World Community. So I am Dr. Deepak Sharma, CEO of Homeopathy World Community, and now today Hannah is with us. So Hannah is a respected board member of SWC, and she is also a co-host of this Health In Show. She is also a director of public relation of at Homeopathy World Community. So, Hannah, you are there. Welcome to the show of this month. So, this month is a very special for every homeopath. If you are not a homeopath, then you must listen about the month of April. This is the month is celebrating for the homeopathy, and the specific day is the 10th April. The 10th April is the World Homeopathy Day celebrating worldwide. So today we are celebrating the World Homeopathy Day by our show Health In on this 30th April 2026. In many countries, like in India, the whole month is now celebrating as a for the homeopathy. So homeopathy is now a worldwide accepted second medical system uh, worldwide. So Hannah, so shall we start with the foundation of homeopathy and who is the founder of homeopathy? Can you tell me something?
Yes, welcome everyone. And I am glad that you're joining us here today on this special month of April. My name is Hannah Shalom, and I'm a homeopath. And as Dr. Deepak Sharma presented, I'm also Director of Public Relations for Homeopathy World Community. And I'm truly grateful that you are here with us today. So this morning, we are exploring something that has transformed health for 1,000 people worldwide, and yet remains one of the most misunderstood systems in the world. So hopefully by the end of this program, you will have a clear picture and honest picture of what homeopathy truly is. So what exactly is homeopathy? It's a Homeopathy is a core system of medicine that works with your body, not against it. Rather than suppressing your symptoms, it asks, why is this person experiencing that? And it seeks to address the root cause by giving the body very precise signal to heal itself. Think of like a tuning radio. Homeopathy helps to find its correct frequencies again. So let's understand about the founder of homeopathy, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Before I actually get through to that, what we need to understand is Dr. Samuel Hahnemann was born in 1755, and unfortunately we lost him in 1843. He was a German physician and chemist. Dr. Hahnemann was troubled by the harsh medicine of his days and bloodletting and mercury poisoning. And his breakthrough experiment of quinine, which is Dana bark, caused malaria-like symptoms in a healthy person, but cured in the sick person. He developed the system over 6 years of a very careful proving testing on healthy volunteers. He documented all in a book called The Organon of the Medicine, which is really until today the foundation of homeopathic philosophy. There is many volumes, And in each volume, he has developed a greater understanding and depth of homeopathy. So by the 1800 year, homeopathy spread across Europe, North America, and India, and it was dominant medical system in the US before pharmaceutical medicine took over. So homeopathy has a really, really fascinating story of Dr. Hahnemann, who is a brilliant physician and who became disillusioned with the medicine of his time. He noticed that the treatments often made people sick than the disease itself. And so when he began experimenting carefully, methodically, he discovered very, very profound principle that would change the medicine forever, like cure, like Dr. Sharma.
Yeah. So this is about Dr. Hahnemann sir, who founded the homeopathy after the allopathy. Being a allopathic physician, he was not satisfied with the system. He was not satisfied with the bitter treatment. He was not satisfied with the surgeries. So he want to give the sweet treatment and the one treatment for everyone. So he was not only a physician, he was a good writer, he was also a good philosopher, even he was a good chemist. That he was a scientist of, and he was has a huge knowledge of the chemistry. If you are not a homeopath here on this show, you must want to listen that the mercury was the soluble by Dr. Henneman only. He was the first scientist who make the mercury soluble. So he was also a great chemist. So Dr. Henneman, when developed the homeopathy, he was had a huge research for the literature. He gone through many philosophies. He gone through the many literatures of the old schools, and he want is a treatment in which a simple and the minute doses can treat the large disease. So he developed the homeopathy with the single doses he developed by the experiment. He started with a crude form and to the ultra high diluted medicine. Now today in this world, homeopathy is the only science which is using the ultra high diluted medicine in which the scientist may not found the molecule, but energy is there. Everything is there. Homeopathy can treat each and every disease, even at the larger scale, even at the last pathology, homeopathy can work. So homeopathy is now accepted as the second medical system on the world. Other than allopathy, homeopathy is using worldwide. And if you don't know who coined the word allopathy, so the word allopathy is also coined by Dr. Henneman sir. He used the first time the word allopathy. So we are talking about the allopathy every time. So allopathy, the word is also founded by Dr. Henneman sir. So Dr. Henneman sir was the great physician. He did lot of research in the field of homeopathy. Even for this that homeopathic treatment, they get the penalty with the family. So he was assaulted by many politicians, many peoples, but he never failed. He never tired. He started his treatment, and now the homeopathy is the worldwide accepted. And in India, the mostly research center, mostly clinics, the number of the institutions are found in India only. Even the homeopathic ministry are there with the name of Ayush. So India is the only country in which we respect Dr. Hanuman sir more than from his birthplace. So in Germany, might be they do not know aware about the German physician Dr. Hahnemann, but in India, in America also, so everyone is know about Dr. Hahnemann. So today, those are not a homeopathic physician, and those are homeopathic doctors are there or are welcome. If you want to join homeopathy world community, you just click on homeopathyworldcommunity.com. You can follow us at our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter page at hashtag Homeopathy World Community. So, Hannah, now we will start that how the homeopathies work and what homeopathy can do.
I want to actually teach and share with all of you of the three major laws of homeopathy, because I think we all have questioned, is this hoo-hoo? Is this system really functional? Are we all crazy? How does it work? So there are really three major laws in homeopathy. There's a lot more, but let's begin with the three one. So the law number one, which is like cure like, simile similibus center, a substance that causes a symptom in homeopathy in a healthy person can cure those same symptoms in a sick person. For example, allium cepa, which is onion, your regular onion, causes you watery eyes and a runny nose. And this is the key to the remedy with hay fever and colds with that same appearance. For example, you will have a runny nose, stuffy nose, watering eyes, whether it's your set of allergy or a set of cold. You get the remedy called allium cepa, and the symptoms tend to dissipate not by magic, simply by your own immune system. The law number two is the minimum dose. So the remedy is diluted to the point when there is practically no molecules of the original substance that remain, yet it carries a precise energetic imprint that makes it safe, non-toxic, and no addictive. I want to mention something that a lot of people tends to skip. We all talk about energy and quantum fields and nanotechnology. But truthfully, homeopathy is really one of the very first nanotechnology, nanomolecule, that quantum energy that we actually have experienced and yet ignored for so long. Law number three is the single remedy. The correct remedy is chosen to match the totality of the person's symptoms, their physical, their mental, and emotional state. So one remedy addresses the whole pictures. Now, is that always the principle? Well, that's the law. The principle can slightly change depending on how complex is the case. And sometimes, if you have experienced a trained homeopath, some of them may use two remedies subsequently or at the same time in the cases of pathology. However, I do believe that the single remedy does the job perfectly, and just the picture of the situation, the picture that you present with your health will change and shift. And that is how close you stay in touch with your homeopath to work on your case and whatever that case is. So those are the law that is the foundation of homeopathy. The first, really the most important, is like cure. Like, so remember, a small substance that causes illness, it can protect against it. And in homeopathy has followed this principle for 200 years. The minimum dose is where, people's eyebrows goes up, how something so diluted can work. And here, I'm sure we will mention later the work on Monsieur Luc Montagny, who proved how homeopathy work with the molecule of arum, which is gold. It's phenomenal, and we'll get to it a little bit later in the show. So the clinical results speak for themselves. Millions of people, including children and animals who cannot really affect the placebo, respond beautifully to homeopathic remedies. We have seen it time and time and time, over and over and over again, that giving 1-2 pellets to a person who has no idea what homeopathy is, just a little sugar pellets. I tell my patient children, a little sugar pellets, and tell me how that works. And they love it. They come to my office and say, "Can I have a sugar pellet, please?" Sure. So now let's get back to actually how homeopathy works. Do we know? Do we have an idea? How does it work? The remedies are made through a process called potentization. So it's a serial dilution and very vigorous shaking. We call it sakashin. You heat the remedy on the bottom of your palm or in a handmade factory, which I've experienced for example, when I visited South Africa at Fusion Homeopathic, when the person manually heats the remedy over a big log of wood layered by a ladder, and it bounces back. It's phenomenal to see. I have to say, those biceps and triceps are really right there going. The process is believed to transfer the energetic signature of the substance into the water, into the carrier. So the more diluted, the more potent. So counterintuitive, but consistent with clinical observation. The current research areas with nanoparticles, water memory theory, and quantum biology is really bringing forward the knowledge and understanding of homeopathy. The vital force homeopathy recognizes the life energy that governs the health, and when disturbed, the symptoms appear. So the remedy tends to restore the harmony to its force. There is something called the Herring law of cure, and this is very important to remember. The healing happens from the top to the bottom and from inside to the outside, and reverse chronological order. It's almost as if this is a roadmap of knowing how the treatment is working. So the question everyone asks, and I love it, the honest answer is, how homeopathy work? Honestly, we don't have a complete scientific explanation. We don't know. We know that the scientific force and the energy of the remedy, the nanoparticles, the molecules, enter your system, aligning in a perfect harmony. How it works, it's a miracle. So water has remarkable capacity to hold and transmit information. We know nanoparticles research, it shows that even in the highly diluted remedies, tiny particles of the original substance remain organized in a way that may explain the remedy action. The science is catching up, it really is. But in the meantime, 2 centuries of a clinical evidence documented, observed repetitively, telling one thing clearly: homeopathy works. When you come and see homeopath, you must likely have the whole entire conversation of your life. Why? Because it's important. It's important. It allows us to see the whole sphere of who you are, where you come from, what sets you in a way you are, what triggers and what soothes, as we call what's ameliorates and what aggravates. We don't just ask, where does it hurt? Although we could, we ask, who are you as a person? And you know what? 90% of the time, patients will say, well, it's a good question. I don't know. People actually ask themselves this fundamental question: who they are, what makes them as who they are. Because in homeopathy, the same disease in 10 people may require 10 different remedies. Believe me, as many homeopaths have many remedies, because each person is so unique. So this is a medicine that sees you as individual, not a diagnostic chart. although we can create that if you really want to, but we sees you as who you are individually. And that remedy is individually made for you, Dr. Sharma.
Yeah. So this is very true, Hannah, that Dr. Hahnemann developed a system of nanotechnology about 270 years ago. So this is not to worry that how the homeopathies work, because homeopathies work, this is accepted. Homeopathy is working. This is a problem of the scientists who are not able to search the molecule in our dilution. This is not a problem of homeopathy. So homeopathy is always be accepted, and homeopathy is doing the wonderful job. So it is a little medicine, the world's smallest medicine who can cure the powerful cancers. So this is working. And the keynote that you already discussed about the like yours like, but the main theme is the individualization. You already told how the homeopathy individualize each and everyone. Even for the examples that if anyone have the fever of 104 degree Fahrenheit, but he is very calm, he is not restless. The medicine is different. But if he is restless, he is very irritable in mood, the medicine is different. If he is thirsty during the fever, the medicine is different. If he is thirstless during the fever, the medicine is different. So the homeopathy is the maximum number of individualization, the maximum number of the symptoms of a single remedy. Like if we are talking about a famous remedy sulfur, we have more than 3,500 symptoms are there. So this is the beauty of homeopathy. And the one is the good quality is that it is proved in the human beings. So we can touch with the brain, we can touch with the mind, we can touch the soul of a human being. So homeopathy is for the humans. Now it is accepted. Many of the countries and many of the physicians are working on the pets. They are working on the plants also. So agro homeopathy is now also on a boom. So veterinary homeopathy is there, and in India, one of the institute is now going to start the veterinary homeopathic courses. So homeopathy is now using for everyone from day one of the life, from the end of the life. The homeopathy is working for each and everyone, even for the infant, even for the pregnant lady, even for the old, even for the younger, for everyone. The smallest dose are there, the sweet pills are there. So it is none of our job that how the homeopathy is working is scientifically. This is a problem of the scientist. They need to find out the molecules or whatever they find out in the homeopathic dilution. But being a homeopath, we are doing the magics every day. In our practice, about 50 to 60 patients we are seeing per day, and about 80 to 80% are feeling the magic of homeopathic science. You can treat the fever of 104 degree Fahrenheit and with a small doses, and the fever is gone in 5 to 10 minutes. So this is the homeopathy. This is also a quickest science. Who told that homeopathy is slow? This is absolute a myth. The homeopathy is never slow. The person who is choosing the homeopathy is the slow. When the sick individual is searching for the many treatments, they are going with the many different doctors, then they think that the homeopathy can help. So the sick person is coming to homeopathy is very slow. Homeopathy never be slow. So homeopathy is really a fast science. If you are not feeling the effect of homeopathy, I accept the challenge, and you just keep meet the homeopath around you, and you just take your treatment even for every kind of symptoms. If even for the cancers, even for the headache, even for any complaint, homeopathy is there. Homeopathy will help you. You need to meet a homeopath around you.
I like to bridge up to the research for all those of you who are so scientifically inclined, and I am right there with you. I was so skeptical of homeopathy. And if you ask me to go and see homeopathy, it's like, you are crazy. Are you joking? I'm not doing this. See, a homeopath. Well, today I do practice homeopathy with a pride and joy every single day in my office. And I'd like to share with you something that a lot of people don't know about homeopathy. So, Monsieur Luc Montagnier, who won a Nobel Prize, actually, he was the laureate of a Nobel Prize in 2008. And he was one of the main scientists that was actually part of co-discovery in HIV virus. So the credential itself really commends respect to this gentleman who I found as one of the most amazing teachers of homeopathy by accident, because he wasn't planning to prove homeopathy and how it works. He didn't. That wasn't on the agenda. So his core findings was between 2009 and 2015. He described a novel property of a DNA. So the capacity of certain bacterial DNA sequences to induce electromagnetical waves in high aqueous solutions, appearing to be the resonance phenomenon triggered by ambient low frequency electromagnetic background. So his team has demonstrated that the electromagnetic signals and nanostructure induced in the water actually carry a DNA information shown by retrieval of the same DNA sequences via classic PCR amplification. So this transduction process was also observed in a living human cells exposed to electromagnetic irradiation, so suggesting coherent long-range molecular interaction between that must be present in the water. So in his own words, Dr. Luc Montagnier said, and I will quote it, "We have found its DNA produces structural changes in water, which persist a very high dilution and which lead to resonant electromagnetic signals that can measure. High dilutions of something are not nothing. They are water structure, which mimic the original molecules." So in 2015, his team transmitted those signals digitally between computers and had succeeded to replicate the DNA. Essentially, that dilution of nothing became replicated something. About that. And so he proposed that the water in our bodies is comprised of nanostructures, so coherent quantum domains surrounded by electron cloud, relatively stable and capable of carrying information when diluted to sufficiently high degree. So here goes India for you. IIT in Bombay had one of the strongest scientific argument proving the nanoparticles in aurum and metal remedies. So there was of course always an element of skeptics, and peer reviews published in Elsevier and conducted one of the most top engineering institutes. So the landmark study in Shikarman, and I might pronounce that wrongly, but I can spell it for you. In 2010, they were using in transmission electron microscopy. So it's called TEM, electron differentiation and inductively coupled plasma of atomic emission of spectroscopy. So I IIT in Bombay research has demonstrated that the first time the presence of the physical entities, nanoparticles of the starting metals in extreme homeopathic dilutions. The 6 metals tested included aurum metallicum, which is gold, copper, tin, zinc, silver, and platinum at potencies of 6C, 30C, 200C. So that's the dilution, that's the remedy strength. So the research has indicated that the remedies contain measurable sources of silica nanoparticles and act by modulating biological function of the stress response, evoke biophasic actions of a living system, and improve systemic resilience. This is the most astounding finding. Not everyone wants to do research in homeopathy. Not everybody wants to go and say, yeah, we just, aside of proving of the remedy and how it works and collect the symptoms, etc., etc., let's see who we can apply to. Not everyone is willing to put thousands of dollars into a lab with highly specialized microscope to see those nanoparticles that may be saving your life today if you are using homeopathy, and maybe changing your life and revolutionizing your life and your perspective on the quantum field of we live in. We all live in matrix, and that matrix is beautifully impacted by the nanoparticles of a different structures. So the IIT in Bombay series has 5 internationally published peer reviews. Papers demonstrated that those nanoparticles, when fed into cell line, have biologically stimulated effects, explaining how hormetic or biophasic response in which small doses stimulate, whereas large does not inhibit. So they show that silica coating in homeopathy medicine may provide a control release mechanism. How amazing is that? Those 2 independent scientific threads are really carry the truth, the baseline of homeopathy. And the Nobel laureate, Monsieur Luc Montagnier, showed that water retains, transmits molecule information. And here is for all of you interested in science, not a woohoo, but actually a proven fact of how homeopathy works, how impacts. And remember, we are all water. So we are, by dilution, carrying those nanoparticles that really impact our life and changing our day-to-day existence.
Great. Very wonderful, Hannah. And through Homeopathy World Community, we are spreading the awareness of homeopathy worldwide. Here today with the Nishan communication, with our Homeopathy World Community board members and our members, we are spreading the homeopathy. So if you have any question, you can ask at the nishancommunication.com/live, and you can ask any question in their chat box. So Hannah, you are very right that many of the research are there in homeopathy. In India, it is a separate department, the CCRN, the Central Council of Research in Homeopathy, which is coming under the direct ministry of the PMO. So there are many programs in the research are doing. So many institutions are there doing research, and in last 5 years after the COVID-19, there are many research papers are published, and even from the Clever Edge, the esteemed journal initiated by the OTA, and now it is with SWC. And you are also being a part of Clever Edge. We are spreading and the knowledge of the homeopathy, the research work of the homeopathy through these journals. So we have many peer-reviewed articles, and like you said, the IIT Mumbai had research. There are one more research in the India had for the thuja. So in the petri dish, they have the effect of the bacterial growth with the thuja. So it was immense effect, and it was well proved that the thuja is work for to reduce the bacterial growth. So there are many researchers there, but the science of the today's science is searching for the molecule only. They are not searching the energy actually. They are not thinking the spectrum changes in there. So everything is there. So if you are transferring the human energy by the succession or making a perfect dilution, this is the method to transform the energy, which the physics is already accepted that the energy can be transferred from one place to another. Like if we are talking, many of the viewers are there, we are just transferring the energies only. So many of them are understanding, many of them are not understanding. Are their issues, but we are transferring the energy. So this is all about the homeopathy, the research work. But except this, the homeopathy is now working on a ultra diluted mode, like when I am giving the medicine for a patient who is suffering for a large disease, and I am just giving the dose of one pill. That one small pill I am when I am giving to a person, then they shock that for my last disease you are giving only the one pill, and after a week they always show that the one pill is doing the magic. So homeopathy is not about the sweet pills only. This is the for the energy. The sweet pill is only a mediator to the medicine for the transferring to you. So in the globule, the sweet pill is there, but when we put the dilution is there, then it will work on the tongue. So it is also accepted that the homeopathy is working on that system, that even the application of the homeopathic dilution is enough for you. Many times, if the person is not able to taking the sweet pill or not able to engulf the medicine, we just apply the homeopathy on the nail bed and it works wonderfully. So homeopathy is the science which can be worked even by the smell. In many cases, we are giving the to smell the dilution, and that is also work wonderfully. There, but it will be decided by the homeopath only. You do not use this method if you are not a homeopath. This is the choice of the homeopathic physician how they administer the medicine to you. So consult with a homeopath. At this platform, we are also not prescribing a remedy in any show. We are just suggesting to meet with the homeopath and you just consult with your homeopath and share your thoughts, share your single symptom. Even a very minute symptom for you, it is a bigger symptom for a homeopath. So many time, patient always says, this is a common, this is common for everyone, but it is very uncommon for a homeopathic physician. So share each and everything. Many of the person ask a question, then why a homeopath is asking so much questions? Because they want to search the individuality. They want to search the uncommon symptoms which can be common for you. So they are asking about you. They need to understand about you. They need to understand the mental state of you. They need to understand how you was sick, from where you was sick. So this was the story of the homeopath and homeopathy. So homeopathy never failed. Homeopathy is now growing. Homeopathy is now accepted by many, even politicians, many stalwarts. Homeopathy is accepted by everyone. So, Hannah, can you share a few experience with the homeopathy world community with you?
Absolutely, yes. And before I share all about homeopathy world community, I want to give you some secrets. I have a little tidbits of a knowledge that you might want to use for your advantage. From history, remember, Hahnemann quit medicine after 9 years. He suggested that the treatment of allopathic medicine wasn't what he was going for to save people's lives. Remember that homeopathy dominated American medicine in the 1800s, and the peak were when the 22 homeopathic medical schools, over 100 homeopathic hospitals across US, in Boston, New York, Chicago, and all major cities were found. One of the greatest secrets that is so out there on homeopathy was the 1918 Spanish flu, when homeopathy was the greatest moment during the deadliest pandemic of modern history. Homeopathic hospitals reported mortality rates 1 to 2%, where conventional medical hospital reported 30. And so Dean Pearson in Philadelphia collected data from 26,000 patients treated homeopathically. And so he was able to bring the ratio of understanding that homeopathy actually made a difference and a conventional treatment wasn't so successful. You also have to remember something. Hahnemann have proved remedies on himself first. There wasn't an animal trial or anything else. He took the remedy and he recorded every symptom in a book called Materia Medica. Materia Medica comes from real human experiences, not an animal test and not a guesswork. So it's called proving, and we all do some provings. From the science, I'd like you to know that when we gave a remedy to an animal or a child, the placebo argument collapses because homeopathy is widely successful in a veterinary medicine, in horses, dogs, cats, cows, bees, you name it. And animals cannot experience placebo. So the effect of placebo collapses in any conventional sense. I also want you to understand that plants respond to homeopathic treatments. And so in controlled agricultural studies, the crops treated with homeopathic preparation showed greater germination rates, resistance to the disease, and yield that control. So plants, like animals, have no capacity to understand placebo belief, and it responds measurably. So there are different potencies of different remedies. I want to get to the clinical timbits. That's really excites me, the research. So we're talking about the Herring laws of cure, that it has a direction. And so the Constantine Herring documented that the cure that follows precise order from inside out, above, down, and in reverse chronological order, the illness disappear. And as Dr. Sharma just mentioned, we want to know what happened to you chronologically to find that little timbit that trigger your state of disharmony. I also want you to understand, you go to your homeopath and you hear about the Mayas. What is Mayas? What is that? Oh my God, it's speaking abracadabra. So the Mayasm concept was actually discovered by Hahnemann in epigenetics 200 years ago, when we really didn't understand the concept of epigenetics. So Hahnemann described Mayasm as inherited disease tendencies passed through generation, often from supposed suppressed infections. So he identified three primary miasm, psora, psychosis, and syphilis. And the modern epigenetic confirms that trauma and disease patterns can be inherited across generation through gene expression changes. There we go. Another interesting fact in clinical homeopathy is that Kent's repertoire has over 65,000 rubrics. So James Taylor Kent repertoire of the homeopathic Materia Medica cross-referenced tens of thousands of symptoms with their corresponding remedy. And it took decades to really compile the remedies, the primary references tool for classical homeopaths worldwide, where we know that previously homeopath would record all your symptoms, create a little spreadsheet chart, and mark which symptom you are actually matching, not matching, and what's happening. Oh my God, such a tedious job for homeopath. I have to say, going into this job, I didn't even know I have the patience. I imagine what happened 100 years ago. Insanity. Today we have reference softwares that we use, and our job is a little bit simplified. I also want you to know that the British royal family for 5 generations uses homeopathy. Charles Darwin used and prized homeopathy. Mahatma Gandhi, oh, use homeopathy. Mother Teresa used homeopathy. Beethoven, Goethe, Chopin used and all treated homeopathically. One of the things that I want you to understand is Organon has 6 different editions, and was the 6th edition was hidden for over 80 years. There is a tidbit of a secret knowledge. We have different Allen potencies. We use different types of remedy. We make remedy from anything that is possible, believe me. So here's a hidden knowledge for you. And if you want more, you can find out with us at Homeopathy World Community. So here goes, here goes the tidbit of information for you. We are a group of homeopaths that really want to make a difference in your life, whether you are a homeopath, a student, a patient, are interested in functional medicine, homeopathic medicine, natural medicine. Come and join us. We have multiple divisions. I am proudly the chief editor for Clever Age. It's a magazine where a lot of esteemed homeopaths bring their research, bring their patient stories, bring their cases to your view, where you can read and say, that's crazy. I didn't think that's possible. Well, but it is. And you can contact that homeopath for more information. We have a book club. We have a coffee chat. We have so many beautiful profiles that bring us together. The loneliest place for every homeopath is in their office. When you and your patient are sat at a table with books and research and symptoms, and suddenly you say, well, I'd like to speak with my peer. I like to speak with my colleague. Come and join us. We have available moments in the whole entire month that you can fit on your schedule and come and join us. Book Club is one of our most popular programs where 2 very esteemed homeopaths read the books for you and bring their authors to the table. We are magnificently introducing the publishings of homeopathy you wouldn't normally know. We have coffee chat where we can just simply talk about our cases, our lives, our situations. What are we facing today in homeopathy and how we can make it better? Not necessarily more popular, but more accessible. So come and join us at Homeopathy World Community. The founder was an amazing woman named Debbie Brooke, and Debbie was I had the privilege to meet her, and this woman wanted to, on her own, at her literally desk, change the world and bring people to homeopathy. And so the core principles of making that available for you is there. Dr. Sharma took over, and I am so pleased and so grateful for his day-to-day hard work. So in a few days on our social media, we will have call for volunteers. If you want to be part of HWC and volunteer with us, it will be fantastic. We have different teams. You're welcome to join whatever works with you, whatever works with your schedule. We'll take 1 hour, 5 hours, 10 hours. We take anything. We are homeopaths. Take any information, they're there. And so we want to make an impact. We want to spread homeopathy. And we definitely want to, we would like you to join our community and be part of who we are and building the homeopathy world identity globally.
Great. Hannah, this is wonderful. So if you want to join us at homeopathywordcommunity.com. Here is one input from my side that Dr. Henneman was wrote an article in his lesser writing about the medical observer. This was the topic nowadays used by every medical system. So the observation of a medical physician is a very necessary instead of observing the investing of doing the examination, the observation of the patient is the very keynote of every diagnosis, either for the homeopathy, either for the allopathy, either for the any medical system. But it was first wrote by Dr. Henneman sir in his lesser writing. So now we have the Menon Loros, one of the coordinator of our book club show. So Menon, at the last, what do you want to share for the Dr. Henneman sir or the homeopathy, because we are celebrating the homeopathy world day, homeopathy day today. So it's your time, Menon. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. I have just come on now because the walk-in clinic has been very, very full today. And this is one of the wonderful things that I've seen a lot of my patients expressing more and more is their love of the fact that with homeopathy, they feel that they have time. The sense of urgency and oh my goodness, and I've got to run to emerge and is not there once they start with homeopathy. Many of them who used to go to emergency several times a year haven't gone, haven't had the need to go in years and years. There's something that can be done. The homeopaths are usually more available than the doctors. You would think we're more busy. We are very busy, but we're more available because if you act right away, it works so much better. Um, the benefits of homeopathy are confidence. You can help yourself. There are things you can do. You can learn about first aid. It's not hard, it's not toxic. It just takes a little bit of time. The more you practice, the better you get at it. Then you can help your friends. Uh, I don't know how many times people have said, "Oh, I gave my sister arnica the other day because she fell and really hurt herself, and she felt so much better." And she still doesn't believe that homeopathy can do this. And so it makes life it makes life more pleasant because it clears all the noise and the chatter of worrying about your health and gives you more time to live and enjoy your life. So these are some of the reasons that I really love this medicine. And I'm so grateful that we have it. So, and the sense
I
of
would
community. Go ahead, Anna.
would like to share something very, 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 very personal and ask you for a huge favor. You didn't find homeopathy by accident. You were led here. So you were led here. Perhaps you're also meant to help others find their way. And I am looking for people that are ready to answer that call. At Homeopathy World Community, we are all here welcoming you into, into here, where we all can together learn, help, and share with others. And as Manon mentioned really beautifully, it is suddenly you are a semi-expert on helping your mother, your brother, your father, your husband, your anyone. And somebody will say, well, it's just the sugar pellets. It doesn't work, but it made me feel better. And that is the exact beginning that happened with me. I was a total skeptic, absolute skeptic, where I thought homeopathy is boo-hoo. It's not working. It's mm, it's not for me. I don't think so. And coming out of science into a science of homeopathy
Mhm.
that changed my life completely. I can assure you that you have the option to change your life as well. It doesn't matter how skeptical you are. I run a very busy practice in Toronto and in Los Angeles. And let me just explain to you something. I have a lot of skeptics walking through my office, a lot of skeptics walking through my door. I've been in a lot of conferences all over the world. My research conference was in South Africa. It was a phenomenal conference in Cape Town, done by Homeopathic South African Association. And all the countries, all the countries like Costa Rica, India, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, France, also North America, Canada, US, not so prevalently practice homeopathy. In fact, you will be rerouted first to see homeopathy before you see allopathic doctor. There is some truth in it. So all the skeptics in the world have the amazing opportunity to experience how their skepticism can slightly fall away and slowly and surely melt, just like the symptoms we need to get rid of. So I want to invite you warmly to join Homeopathy Wars community. And thank you so much for listening to us.
Yes, Hannah, the words were very true and emotional. But for the skeptics, I have a line. If you do not believe on homeopathy, you just take a dose of sulfur CM for 3 days only and tell me after 3 months. So this is my simple way to say the skeptics. If you do not believe, you just take a 3 days single pills for the 3 doses and tell me after 3 months. So we do not want to change everyone. We want to spread the homeopathy. Yes, Debbie ma'am was there. We all are connected through homeopathy. And if we are a homeopath, we are connected with the spirituality. So when we started the show Health in 2012, since then, Menon is there. Nishan Communication supported our show without any reason. So I thanks first to Amnan sir for the Nishan communication and to the entire homeopathic world community and to our entire homeopathy doctors and the fraternities and especially for the patient. I thank everyone who are using the homeopathy. So if you are not using homeopathy, then use the one a single dose and you just see the magic. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much for this wonderful evening. And yes, Dr. Henneman sir, our master are there. So we are celebrating the World Homeopathy Day on 10th April worldwide. But in India, the whole month is for homeopathy. I have a lot of program. We started from the 1st of April and we ended on the 30th April. So I personally, we have a big conference on 26th of April in which we are celebrating with the 300 home pass. So we
Wow.
have many things are there. Even in India, the by the government ministry, the World Homeopathy Day was celebrated on 10th and 11th with the 2000 more than 2,000 people so was there. So it was amazing show. So we are celebrating homeopathy worldwide. And today we are celebrating with the homeopathy world community. So thank you everyone. Thank you Hannah. Thank you Menon. Thank you Emnan. And thank you everyone. Thank you for today's show.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma.
Thank much. And remember, the world needs more healers, more teachers, and more truth tellers. And if you're one of them, come and join us. Thank you so much, Dr. Deepak Sharma, for not only carrying Homeopathy World Community on your shoulders, but being an amazing example of truth telling. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to us today.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com and DeltaForce.net.